Well, hey there everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make these ornament display cards. This is a really great way to dress up the gift of an ornament if you're giving this to someone, or if you sell them at a craft fair or online. It can be a great way to actually package them to ship. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need some heavyweight cardstock. You'd use between 65 and 100 pound. If you want it to be thicker, then I recommend going up to like 100 pound for a nice stiff display board. This is about 65 pounds, so it has a little flexibility to it. I didn't have any 100 pound on hand in the colors that I wanted, so I am using 65 pound here, but you may want to consider a heavier weight. Of course, you'll need your ornament, and I have a tutorial on this, how to make these acrylic disc ornaments with vinyl and glitter on the back, and lots of other ornament tutorials on the YouTube channel. You'll also want some iron-on vinyl. I like to use iron-on vinyl with paper because you can't use traditional adhesive vinyl on paper without the transfer tape ripping the cardstock. But when you work with an iron-on vinyl, it doesn't rip the cardstock. And iron-on also comes in a variety of textures and colors that oftentimes the adhesive vinyl does not. So it adds an extra dressy look because we get a really nice deep glitter texture going on here. So those are the supplies you'll need. And then you'll also, for your equipment, you'll want to have your Cricut machine, and you'll want to have a weeding tool, and then you'll want to have an easy press. I'm just using a medium easy press. You could also use the easy press mini or a larger one, or really any standard easy press will work. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to cut out my paper first, and then we're going to cut out our iron-on and assemble this. If you love these templates, they are completely free on my blog, as well as lots of other holiday and ornament templates that you're seeing here. Okay, so to access these files, you're going to want to go to members.abbikirstencollections.com. If you have not set up an account, then you will need to create an account to get to this part of the screen that you're seeing here. Right now, this file is at the top of the vault, but if you're watching this after a lot of new crafts have been added, then you will need to type in display card to find it, or you can also type in acrylic ornaments, and you'll see the display card as well as our other acrylic ornament crafts that can go with that display card. And you'll just want to click on this and then download the SVG file here, which will have all 4 variations for you to upload to Cricut Design Space. Once you have saved the file to your computer or device, then you'll just want to upload it to Cricut Design Space. So you'll click that upload button, and then you will browse your computer to bring the file in. Click that upload button in the bottom corner, and then highlight it under recent uploads and click add to canvas. And the only 2 other things you need to do once you import the file is to set your representation of colors. So as you can see here, I've changed these up here and I've scaled them to size. So those are just the 2 things you want to think about. You may need to ungroup using that ungroup function up at the top of the layers panel there. And I recommend scaling these at least 1 inch, if not 2 inches wider than your ornament. So my ornament is 3.5 inches. I'm going to do this at 5.5, just about. You could also type it in up here at the top if you like, instead of scaling it. And then I would just select my colors for these. So I would change this because I'm going to do gold to represent that. And then let's just change this to like a royal blue or something like that. All right, so once you scale them and set your colors, you're good to go. I'm just gonna get these off my screen here. You'll wanna save your project so you can come back to it whenever you want, and then click the Make It button up at the top screen, and you'll select your materials. So I am using iron-on material, and I am going to be using a cardstock material. So you'll want to select the appropriate materials for that. In my case, I'm going to be doing a medium weight cardstock, but if you're using a heavier weight cardstock, then you may want to select that option. And then I'm going to be using a glitter iron-on for the gold overlays. I already have my templates loaded up in Cricut Design Space. If you are doing, a 3-inch ornament, you want to go about 2 inches wider, at least 1.5 inches, but I recommend 2 inches wider than the width of your ornament. So this is a 3-inch ornament here, and I went 5 by 7 approximately. So just scale those to your size according to the size of your ornament. Okay, and now I'm gonna load my iron-on. I am using a smart iron-on here, so I don't need a mat. But of course, if you have a different machine and you don't wish to use Smart Iron-On, then you can absolutely just put it on the mat as you traditionally would. When we load our iron-on vinyl, always make sure that your design is mirrored in design space and that the shiny plastic side is face down. While this is cutting out, go ahead and set your Easy Press to 345 for 30 seconds. If you're using the Easy Press Mini, then set it on the medium setting. Okay, my iron-on is done cutting now, so I need to weed it. And I'm just gonna start at the top corner here and pull back slowly and get all of this excess vinyl weeded off. Okay, so I'm going to take one of my designs here that's weeded, and I have my cardstock, and we want to take a moment just to line it up. It should come together relatively easily. You want to make sure the bow is lined up with that little hole, and then just glance at your sides here and make sure that they're where they should be. I have my Easy Press here, heated to 340 for 30 seconds. You don't have to put a lot of pressure, and it doesn't have to be a super long time when you're adding iron-on to cardstock. It goes on pretty well, but you definitely want to have your temp north of 330. When I tried it on a lower setting, it didn't work, so make sure it's like 330, 340 on the temperature. If you're using the Easy Press Mini, then I recommend having the medium setting on it. Okay, there we go. You want to give it a second to cool, not only for safety, but also cool peeling is generally good practice, because when the material is still very warm, it oftentimes does not have a moment to cling to what we're trying to transfer it to, in this case being the cardstock. So giving it just a second there. Check the corner. If it's not laying down, then put it back down for another 15 seconds. Let it cool for about a minute and then try it, and it should work just fine. But mine is working just fine, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. It's a little warm still, but move that up. Okay, and then get your little ornament ready, whatever your ornament might be. I'm using these glitter disc ornaments, and I have a tutorial for this, as well as many other ornaments on my YouTube channel. And you just wanna string it through here. And then I do recommend getting some form of tape. I recommend a washi tape if you can. I didn't say that in the opening, because the washi tape can come off without ruining the cardstock. So I do recommend the washi tape instead of traditional tape. And there we go. Now we have a really pretty ornament display card holder. It's a great way to gift your ornaments, or if you sell them, this is a really great practical way. You can make a bunch of these in a few hours in order to sell your ornaments with a really pretty display card. And as you can see here, I have a few different styles, so you can enjoy these templates, and you could always make your own as well. I'm gonna thread this. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you check out all of my ornament tutorials on the YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas!